Hello everyone, I'm Darlene Chapman and I am right here at my makeup table. It's been a long time since I've done one of these YouTube videos, and I guess it's because I just haven't taken the time to sit down here and do one. But I've been having a lot of stuff going on in my life, and sometimes you just have to take a break and put your priorities in order. But today what I'm going to do is I'm going to do just a simple get ready with me. These get ready with me's are all over YouTube. They're all over Facebook. I have been in the beauty business for many years. Worked in cosmetics counters at department stores. Owned my own Merle Norman cosmetics studio for years. And beauty and fashion and all that kind of stuff has just been a really big part of my life and an interest to me. I just love watching makeup videos. I love learning. There's always something to learn from somebody else. I am not an expert with makeup, but I do love it. And makeup is just, it's just fun. It really is. It's just fun. You can create all kind of looks by just using different techniques. And that's what I like to do is I like to get in here at my makeup table and I like to try new things. But today what I'm going to do is I'm going to talk about how to get ready and look good without spending a fortune and breaking your budget, okay? Without just going broke on these high-end cosmetic products. I've used all of them. I've used the highest end and I've used the cheapest of the cheap. And some of them make a difference, some of them not so much, and some of them it really doesn't make a difference. And it's all about finding something that works for you and gives you the look that you want. So that's what I'm going to do today. I've been trying a lot of these foundations, different foundations. I've really been trying to find some new foundation that works for me. And really it's a trial and error. Especially when you go to the stores where you can't test these foundations. You look at them and you try to hold it up to your neck or whatever, and remember that you want to match. My face is whiter than my body is, so I always try to match my neck when I'm looking at a foundation. I'll hold the product up to my neck instead of my face because my face is lighter. And so it's really a trial and error of what you get when you go to these places and you can't test them on your skin. But at the price that these are, the price points that these foundations are, it really doesn't make a big deal. I mean, it's not a big deal because they are cheap. And I don't mean cheap, but I mean they're very right. They're priced right at the amount that you could afford to buy a couple extra versus going and buying a $40, $50, sometimes $60 foundation. You do not want to spend that kind of money on a foundation you cannot use. So that's what I'm going to talk about today. Getting ready and looking good, but not breaking your budget. Now, I have already done my skincare routine, and I've got my moisturizer on and my sunscreen. And so what you see now is permanent eyeliner on my upper and lower. I have some lip scrub that I'll talk a little bit about on my lips. I'll talk a little bit about that later. That's from Merle Norman. And then my eyebrows are tattooed on, okay? So what you're seeing is not makeup. It is permanent makeup, okay? It's not makeup I have applied. The only thing that I've done is I've prepped my face with my skincare routine, and I'll do another video on that later because I do have very bad skin. I always have. That's just who I am. I've never had that beautiful porcelain skin. I have a lot of freckles. Freckles run on my dad's side. All my sisters had auburn or red hair and freckles. So I got the freckles. And now at my age, I'm 63. I'll be 64 years old next month. I've got the dreaded age spots, sunspots, liver spots, whatever you want to call them. But they come with age. So, and they are part of the sun damage that I caused to my skin years and years ago. Laying out in the sun with the baby oil and the tin foil and the, getting as much sun as I could on my body, not realizing that when I got my age, I would be dreading every moment I laid out there. But I have a lot of sun damage on my hands, my body. I am doing Retin-A and Obagi products, and also use vitamin C and cacao oil. That is all I use. I do use sunscreen on my face. And that's what I've used off and on for years. Obagi and Retin-A, they have helped lighten up some of my dark spots tremendously. It is very aggressive treatment. As you can see on my chest, you can see some of these places that I am using it now and how they are actually just peeling off and fading away. So I have never been blessed with beautiful skin. I just have to live with that. But I am doing the very best I can with what I have. And that's what I'm going to talk to you about today. We're going to get ready, and we're not going to break the bank, and we're going to look good when we get finished, hopefully. So I'm going to go ahead and go through this, and I'm going to talk first of all about foundations. Foundations that I have been trying since I have been using Retin-A. And let me just say that if you use Retin-A products and you mix it with the vitamin C and the Obagi skincare system, which I've done this since probably the early 90s. I've been using Retin-A and Obagi. Sometimes I will give my skin a break from these products because they can cause irritation. It will cause flaking. That's what it does. It exfoliates that top layer of your skin off, and it causes peeling and flaking and things like that. And every now and then I'll go for a month or so and not use it, but get right back on it because it is working for me. When I do not use my Retin-A and my Obagi and my vitamin C, I can start seeing the dark spots come back. This is something I'm going to have to deal with the rest of my life. I do not do the sun at all. We have a pool in our backyard, and when I'm out there, I am covered. My hat's on, my sunscreen's on, and I just wished I had known about doing this when I was younger. But we didn't talk about that kind of thing. So, I'm going to talk a little bit about some foundations that I have found. I'm trying my best to get away from face powder. I'm a powder girl. I don't like my face feeling greasy, or I'm a face toucher. And you know, with this coronavirus that's going around, we're not supposed to be touching our face. And it's like I'm one of those that, okay, I can't touch my face kind of thing. So, but I've never I like the look of a dewy finish on your foundation, but I don't like the feel of it being damp or not set. That's just me. So I have been trying out some of these cheaper foundations that are matte, where I don't have to use a lot of powder. Now, I will use powder, like a light finishing powder, just to kind of set my makeup, but I don't powder like I used to. I used to powder and then powder and powder some more. And as we age, powder can be your worst nightmare. It settles in your fine lines and wrinkles, and it can really add years to your look. And so I am trying my best to get away from using powder. So I'm going to talk about a few of these that I have found that I really do like. Let's see what I've got here. I've got several, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I've got 5, 6. I've got quite a few, really, of these matte foundations. And I'm going to talk to you about it. And it's really helping me not to have to use so much powder. One of them that I'm going to talk about is the Maybelline, and these are all cheaper. These are ones I have found at either Ulta or Walmart. This is the Dream Matte Mousse. It looks like that. It looks like a mousse. And I love this. I've got it in 2 different colors. And sometimes if you're in between shades, you can mix these colors to get that perfect shade. So I did a little bit of a darker and a little bit of a lighter one, and I mixed the 2. But this is a great makeup. It's a great coverage. And I don't need a lot of powder with it. And so I found that at Walmart. And I think all of these are around $10, a little more, a little less, I'm not sure. Now this one is by Catrice. It's an HD liquid coverage foundation. It's mattifying, and it's really good. I think this was $9.99 at Ulta, and I'll just show you this one. It is great coverage. It comes in a little dropper, and I really like it too. It's a mattifying makeup, and it is really good coverage, and I really have enjoyed that. So let me get that over here so you can see it. So it is a great makeup, and I got that at Ulta. Now I've got 4 more here that I want to talk about. 4 more here. Let's see. These 2 are by L'Oreal. Okay, this one is the Infallible. This one is the Infallible. This one is the Pro Matte, Infallible 24-hour makeup. Great. I love it. And this one is the same thing, and this one is Total Cover. This one says Pro Matte. This one says Total Cover. It's a matte, and it's 24-hour coverage. Great coverage, full coverage. Again, I'm not going to break the bank. Then I have a Rimmel, which you can see I've used this one a lot. It's called Stay Matte, and it's in soft beige, and I really like it too. It's done really well for me as well. And then the last one that I want to talk about before I go with the one I'm going to use today is the Revlon Color Stay Full Coverage Foundation. And this is a matte finish. I've got it in color 310. I think it's called Warm Golden. And that's the way that is. It's full cover, matte finish. Again, I would recommend these. I have all these because I've been trying to find the matte makeup that I don't have to use so much powder, and I am using these and I am really liking them. So we're going to go ahead and get started, and let me just get a drink of water. You know, the coronavirus has got us all shut in, and we're staying at home, and I thought, you know, what better time to do a get ready with me tutorial since I'm staying at home today and don't have anything really else to do. Like I said, I'm a jack of all trades but master of none. I am a mother, I'm a grandmother, I'm a wife. I have my own in-home business that I do. I sell jewelry. I have a ministry. I'm a gospel singer. I do Dolly Parton impersonations. I'm a speaker. So there's a lot of stuff that goes on in my life, and it's just a balancing act. But I want to get back to doing more makeup tutorials, because when I do my jewelry shows, I do those on Facebook Live. When I do my jewelry shows, I'm always having someone ask me about my foundation or my lipsticks. That's what people ask me about most. So I'm going to do a look that I do most all the time so that y'all can kind of see how I do it and how I get my looks. Now, I hope I've got all the information here for you. If you see something that you want to ask me about and it's not talked about here, please let me know. Please comment below and I will try to get back to you. So my face is ready. I've done my skincare routine for the morning, and we're just going to go ahead and get ready. So what I'm going to talk about today is, and I'm going to do a skincare routine thing later on and tell you what kind of skincare, because you would not believe the difference the Retin-A, the Obagi, and all those products have done for my skin. My skin used to be just horrible with freckles and age spots, and it is really, really making a difference. It's something that I'll have to deal with from now on, because if you let up on your skincare regimen, all this stuff comes back. And I'm not going to go through all this pain and suffering and all this stuff, the money that I've spent on these products, and let it come back. So it's an everyday ordeal for me. Now, this is a foundation that I have recently found, and I am really, really liking it. You can buy a 2-pack of this, and I think it's pronounced Phera. I think the O in there is the zero. The O in there is silent. P-H-O-E-R-A. I really do like this. I really do. And you can get a 2-pack of this from Amazon for $9.99. 2 bottles. And I'm also going to talk about what I use to apply mine. I like these wedges. I get these from Merle Norman. I get them by the bulk. And I just love these. I like them because they're pointed. They can get into the tight spots. I like this better than a beauty blender. That's just me. Some people like to put on their foundation with brushes, and some people use their hands. There's nothing wrong with that. It's finding what works for you. But I'm going to use this one. This is Phera, and like I said, I got this a 2-pack. And the one that I got 104 and 105, and what I'm using today is 104. And they're both good. I can blend them both together. The 105 is a little dark, but I can add that 104 to it, and it makes it great. But today, I'm just going to go ahead and use the 104, and I just squirt it on my little sponge here. I'm probably going to have to put my hair behind my... This is a bad hair day, but it's not about the hair today. We're talking about makeup. And what I do, I usually just pat my makeup in instead of swiping it. It gives you better coverage if you pat it in. And you can see I put just a little squirt of this on this sponge. and it is really giving some good coverage, if you can see that. Love this makeup. 2 of them for $9.99. And some people think, well, if it costs $9.99 for 2, it couldn't be good stuff. Don't let the price fool you. Don't let the price fool you at all. And I get inside my eye because I have a lot of darkness. Do you see the redness that I have on my eyelids? I don't really have a lot of dark circles under my eyes, but I do have the redness on my eyelid. And then I go down my neck, and if I'm going to wear my hair up, I will dab it on my ears because my ears are white. My ears, I don't think I've ever seen the sun, so I do that. And I will also pat it on my eyelids too, to get rid of some of that redness and discoloration. I hope everyone is not panicking about this virus that's going around. I believe that it's going to pass. We just got to do our part, right? But we're not going to really talk about that today because we're going to just kind of leave all that behind and kind of just talk about fun things today. We're going to talk about fun things. Okay, the next thing, like I said, that's the Farrah foundation. I ordered that from Amazon, and it was $9.99 for a 2-pack. You get 2 for $9.99. Then after I do that, what I do is I take my Ulta, no, this is a NYX, sorry. I take my NYX fat pencil. This is a fat, no, it's a jumbo, not fat. It's jumbo eye pencil from NYX. This is in white, and let's see, this is between $4 and $5 at Ulta. And what I do is I just take this. Now this is white. This is not light. This is not fair. It's white. And what I do is I take that and I put that here and I put it around my eyes, just like so. And then I take and I put it down the center of my face because this is where I want to bring light to, the center of my face. I want to brighten my face up. Now, before I do that and rub that in, I'm going to do my brows because I'm going to also set my brows as well. So what I do with my brows, as you can see, I have hair in my brows, but due to over plucking my eyebrows when I was younger, as you get older, you lose the hair on your face. It grows other places like your chin and everywhere you don't want it. But I've over plucked my eyebrows. I used to have big, thick eyebrows, so pretty, and I over plucked them. So what I'm going to do right now, before I rub all this in, and you'll see why I'm doing the eyebrows next, is I'm going to take my NYX eyebrow pencil. Let's see. It is in soft brown, and it is around $10, I think, at Ulta. And it has the spoolie on the end, which I love, so you can brush your eyebrows, kind of get some of the foundation out. Okay, and then I'm just going to kind of get my outline of my brows. Now my brow, the template is there. I'm just filling it in. That's what I love about these tattooed eyebrows. Your template is there. All you've got to do is fill it in, okay? Now I'm not looking directly at you, but I'm looking in my iPad here, in the camera, so that I'm using it as a mirror, and it is not an up close, so I'm doing the best I can. And listen, let me just stress that eyebrows are so important. Don't forget your eyebrows. And they're never going to be exactly the same, but try to get close. And the higher the arch, the more youthful the appearance of your eye. It's going to give you a lift. So if you make your arch higher, it will give your eye a lift. And that's all I do. That's why I love these tattooed eyebrows. It's awesome. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my concealer brush. And this is a concealer. This is one of the best concealer brushes I've ever used. And it is by Merle Norman. And if you can see that, it is thick. down here, but it comes to like a point, and you can get in those tight places and all. So now I'm going to take my concealer brush and I'm going to rub all that white jumbo pencil that I showed you. I'm going to rub all that in. And we'll take our beauty blender here in a minute. We'll blend all that out before we set it with our powder. But I just love this pencil. You can get right up under your brow. And you can always, this is going to serve also as my eyeshadow base. Okay. You're thinking, oh, that's white. Yes. But we're going to blend it out. We're going to blend it out. My dryer just cut off. Y'all hear it beeping? Alright, so I love this concealer brush. You know, I think one of the biggest misconceptions about Merle Norman is that it's an older line and it's out of date and out of fashion and out of style and blah, blah, blah. That is so wrong. They have a department that is always coming up with new products, and it is a great product. It has been around a long time, but that's why it's a great product and people trust it. Now I'm going to take, don't forget about Merle Norman. It's a great product. And I'm not selling it anymore, but I'm just telling you, it is a great product. So now I'm just taking my beauty blender. I didn't add any more foundation on it, but I'm just kind of going back over where I've added it to kind of blend it out. So that has added some highlight, some concealer, and also has gave me a definition to my brow. Now I can see that I need to fill in right there. Alright, so now we've got our foundation, we've got our concealer, we've got our eyeshadow base, and now what I'm going to do is I'm going to set this with some light powder. And it is, I love this powder. This is, let's see, I've written everything down. I ordered this from Amazon. It is called Revolution Banana Light, and this is a baking powder. And it's between $10 to $14. You can find different prices. But it comes with a little shaker top, and I just shake this out into one of my little compacts. And I take one of these powder puffs and I dust it off, and I just put this, I pat this on my face. I don't rub. I just pat it, pat, pat, pat. You see, it's just a light powder. It is great. Love it. Pat, pat, pat. And it gives me that matte finish. And then I take a brush and I just kind of brush off any excess. And it gives me that flawless look. You will have fallout from it. But I love this powder, y'all. Love, love, love. And this will last you a lifetime. I'm just saying. And it's between, what did I say, $10 to $14? Yeah, $10 to $14. And I get it on Amazon. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to warm up my face. Now I got this. This is an e.l.f. cheek color. And I got this at Walmart as well, and it has 4 different colors. But I'm going to take this kind of brownish looking, and I'm just going to kind of warm up my face. I'm not really contouring. I don't do a lot of contouring. But I'm just kind of warming up my face, chiseling out kind of my jawline, and just kind of warming up the outer edges of my face. Not doing a lot on the center of my face because that's where I want the light. Alright, and this is by e.l.f. I got it at Walmart, and I think it was like $5 or $6. I'm not sure, but I think it was $5 or $6. Okay, what's next? Let's see. Alright, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to start on our eyes. And you know, somebody would call me Let me turn this off. Sorry about that. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to start with my eyes, and I'm going to show you a palette. Let me turn this off. I'm going to show you a palette that I bought at Ulta, and I just love it. I use it just about every day, and it is by Milani. You see all the fingerprints on it. It's by Milani, and it's called Bold Obsessions. And I'm just going to show you the colors in here. Look at these colors. They are so pretty. I have blue eyes, and so the coppers and the plums and things like that are my color. And you can see the golds, the coppers, the plum color. And then you have your colors that you can contour with and do your crease cuts and things like that. And then you have, most of these are matte. Some of them are shimmer, but you got your matte colors, and then you have a little bit of shimmer. And if you're older, don't do a lot of shimmer, especially in your creases. If you do any shimmer at all, make sure it's really on your mobile lid, or either right up in the highest part of your brow bone, not all over your brow bone, but in the highest arch. You can put a dab of shimmer here. Now listen, these are all just tips. These are things that I feel like works for me, but you do what you want to do. So I'm going to, first of all, I'm going to go in with this color here. It is a beautiful transition color, and I use this all the time. It's just a good neutral color. And what I do is, I'm going to look up here in my mirror. I start here in my crease, and I'm going to use this as a foundation to blend my other colors on, okay? So that's how I do that, if you can see that. It's just a great neutral color. Great color. And I use that, and we're going to take that right there, and we're going to build our other colors on top of it. Okay? And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this beautiful shimmer color. Let's do this one right here. It is a shimmer, and I just tap my brush in it, and I'm going to lay that on my eyelid. This is a shimmer, and when you do shimmer, you can use it, but make sure you don't get it up in your crease, because that's where a lot of my fine lines are, and the shimmer accentuates those fine lines. All right. And I'm just laying that down. I'm patting that into my eyelid. And that's why it's so important to do some kind of an eye primer or an eyeshadow base, because that eyeshadow needs something to adhere to. Otherwise, you're going to get a lot of fallout. So use some kind of an eyeshadow base or eye primer or something like that. Okay, so we've got our shimmer, we've got our transition color. Now I'm going to go in, and this is my favorite eye look. This is like my go-to look. I like doing the cut crease. I just like it on me. I like the way it makes my eyes look. And so this is why I've chosen to do this today, is because this is my go-to 99.9% of the time. This is how I do my eyes. So next I'm going to go in this color right here. Now you say, well, that's a shimmer, but it's not going to be up on my eye brow bone. It's just going to be in the crease, and that is it. Or we could use this darker color. Let's just go ahead and use the darker color just because I said so. Now this is going to go directly in my crease, just like that. Directly right there in my crease. I'm not bringing it up. I'm not doing anything. I'm just going right there. I'm not bringing it out. I'm just going right in my crease. Do you see the difference? I feel like it opens my eye up. And then we're going to do the same thing here. I'm going right in my crease. Now this is a good palette, this Brow Obsession. Did I tell y'all how much it was? It was $9. This eyeshadow palette, the Milani Bold Obsession eyeshadow palette. I got this, I think, at Walmart or either Ulta, I'm not sure, and it's around $9 for all those colors. And they're beautiful colors. And they're pigmented too. They have good pigment. Alright, so I've got my crease in there. Now I'm going to just kind of tie this all together. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to stay with that same color. And I'm going to just go right here in the outer, I'm not bringing it out and up, I'm just going right there in the inner crease and kind of bringing it in, just a tad. Connecting my dots here. I'm connecting all this together. And you'll see as I go on what I mean. So, there you go. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go underneath my eye. And that's where it all is connected. So now I've got my little outer corner there. And then I'm going to bring it underneath my eye, like so. Bring it underneath my eye, like so. And we kind of want to smudge that. We don't want it to be a hard line at all. And we're going to go back in a minute. We're going to clean all this up. And you'll see what I'm talking about. So, there you go. We've got our crease cut. And if you need to go back in, if you get some, like right in there, you can go back in. And you can clean that up. Now what we're going to do is we're going to blend all this out. And let's see, where's my blender brush? Let's see, let's use this one. Okay, and I've got my blender brush. And I'm just going to blend this in. I'm not going out too far here. I'm just staying within my guidelines there. I'm blending that out. See the difference? And we're just blending it in. And we're bringing it into that transition color and onto the lid so that it's not any real hard lines. Okay. And listen, don't be afraid of makeup. You can clean it all up. It's not a big deal. Okay, so that's my eyeshadow. I'm going to bring a little bit more of that transition color up. Bring a little bit more of that up. Just like so. And a transition color just means you're transitioning from light to dark to another. It's a transition from one color to the next. Something to build on, something to kind of like ombre hair, you know, going from light to dark. Okay. Now, it's kind of a messy look right now, but we're going to fix that. So now what we're going to do is we're going to clean up these edges and we're going to clean up underneath our eye. And this is where I really like this Ulta pencil. Look at this. I have a new one right here. This is my best friend. Let me introduce you to my best friend. This is an Ulta Beauty Brow Highlighter. It's in matte pink. It's in matte, okay? And it is $10. And, of course, it came from Ulta. Let me sharpen this. That's another thing. Have you a good pencil sharpener at hand all the time because your eye pencils and things will get dull. But I'm going to use this till there's no more to sharpen. I love this pencil. Okay, so I'm going to take this pencil and I'm going to go right up the edge there. Right up the edge. And if there's anything you want to clean up underneath, you can do that too. And then I'm going to take my pretty little blender brush that I love so much. I'm just going to go up the side there and I'm going to clean up anything I need to clean up. Clean up anywhere you need to clean up. If your eyeshadow that you put down underneath your eye is too thick, this is where you can clean it up. And you can make it match. Okay. And then again, if you want to fix your eyebrow, if you've messed up your eyeshadow, you can fix that. You know, it's a learning process, makeup is, and it's an ever-changing process, especially as you age. What I used to do when I was in my 20s, I cannot do anymore. I can, but it's not pretty. I don't have that smooth skin. I have a lot of fine lines and wrinkles. And so what used to work for me does not work for me anymore. So as you can see, we've cleaned that up. It looks really good. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a white, where's my palette? Here it is. I'm going to take this lighter color here, and I'm going to use that as my highlighter. And I'm just going to go right up under my brow. This is a matte. Right up under my eyebrow. Clean all that up. Okay. And now I'm going to go back in with my powder. I'm not going to add any extra powder on here. I'm just going to take my powder where I have now just added some more of that pencil. And I'm just going to pat and set that in. Okay, and then you can look at your brows again and make sure you got no powder in them or anything. And so there's the eye look. Now, you can use eyeliner if you want to. You don't have to. Let me see. I'm going to use this is a Maybelline eyeliner, and I got this at Walmart. I think it was $4 or $5, and it is in blue. It is in blue. And I'm going to just stay close to my lash line, really close to my lash line, just to kind of give my eyelashes a thicker look, if you can see the difference. I'm just staying close to my lash line, and I'm not going all the way across my eye. I'm stopping where my eyelashes stop. So if you can see the difference, that adds some thickness to your eyebrows. To your eyelashes, sorry, not eyebrows. And I also like to tightline my eyes. I have tightlined my eyes for years, and I just like the way it looks. And I'm using a Maybelline Lasting Drama eye pencil in black, and I'm going to tightline my eyes. And tightline means you're going up underneath, getting that skin underneath your lashes on the upper eyelid, feeling any white areas that you see. You see the difference? This eye and this eye. And then what we're doing is we're just tightlining that. And that also will give your eyelashes a thicker look. Now, you can tightline the bottom line if you want to, but if you do that, I wouldn't put as much eyeshadow on the bottom, so I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to tightline the upper part of my eye. Okay? I have always tightlined my eyes as long as I can remember. If you have a good makeup mirror, that's great. You need to invest in one. I'm not using mine right now. I'm looking in here as my mirror, but makeup mirrors are wonderful. Next, I'm going to put on some cheek color, and this is by e.l.f., and this is a primer infused blusher. This is from e.l.f., and this is called Always Rosy. It's just a pretty soft kind of a pink color, and I'm going to put that right there on the top of my cheek, up into my hairline. It's a soft pink, and it's got enough red in it. You could wear it with reds as well. Now I like to put some on the end of my nose, because that just kind of gives you like that sun. You've been out in the sun, and if you need to, you can take your powder brush. You don't add no powder, but you can blend that in if you get too much. Okay, and that's how I do my cheek color. And I think this was between $5 and $6 at Walmart. e.l.f. cheek color. I'm telling you, you don't have to spend a fortune to have good makeup and to look good. All right, so the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to do my mascara. We'll do our lips and a little highlighter, and we'll be done. That's just how easy it is. I like to curl my lashes. I don't have long, thick lashes, but I don't do a lot of fake lashes either. I just deal with what I've got. My mascara that I'm going to use is something I tried the other day, and I'm kind of liking it. It is by Rimmel. Y'all, I got a 2-pack of this, and it was $5. 2-pack, 2 mascaras for $4.47 at the Walmart. I like it. I love the brush. I love this brush. I like that it's tapered, so you can get where you need to in the tight places. I love this. So this is in black, and I'm going to take my handy dandy little Bold Obsession mirror here, and I'm going to try to do my mascara. But what I do is, this is the way I've always done my mascara. I take and I sweep that mascara across all my lashes, and then I go back and I start brushing it out. Now, you've seen some people go like this. That's basically what they're doing. They're putting that mascara at the base of those lashes and brushing it out. So, as you can see, this is a great lash builder. I mean, two mascaras for $5. Look at that. I was like highly impressed. For $2.50 a piece, I can do that. So let me show you. I just sweep it across all my lashes. I don't want to get it on my face. Sweep it across all my lashes, and then I just brush it out. I mean, $4.47 for 2 mascaras. Let me just tell you, you can spend a lot more, and they don't do as good as this. So, you do not have to spend a fortune. I've had so many people tell me, I just can't afford that expensive stuff. You don't have to. You don't. You don't have to spend a lot of money on makeup. I mean, that's one coat. One coat. Now, some people don't like to put makeup on their bottom lashes, but I just like to put just a dusting. I don't like to see like a butterfly effect, but I do like to put a little bit on my lower lashes. Some people say it brings your eyes down. Some people say it ages you, but you do what you want to. If you like it without mascara, don't put it. If you like it with mascara, put it. That's the good thing about makeup. You can do what you want to. Okay, so that is one coat, and I don't think I need any more. All right, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to do my lips. I'm going to use a Revlon Color Stay Long Wear Lip Liner, and it's in Mink Vision. Mink Vision, that's the pencil there, and this is a great pencil because it's a twist up. You don't have to sharpen it. I love this color. It's kind of a nude color, but a little bit of a mauve pink. And I have some lip scrub on. Let me just talk about that. This is by Merle Norman. It's a lip scrub and kind of a lip color in one. So this is like a lip scrub. It's an exfoliant. I had that on my lips. And then this one is the lip gloss, lip color. And it's just so pretty. It's kind of just a clear, kind of a moisturizer. I got that at Merle Norman. Love that. So that's just I did my scrub, and then I took that off and put my lip moisturizer on. So my lips are prepped and they're ready to go. So I'm going to take my lip liner, and I'm just going to outline my lips. And I love this pencil. You can use red lipstick with it. You can use nude. And if you get out of line with your lip liner, take your concealer brush and just clean that up. Okay? So that was my lip liner, and I think that was, I got that at Walmart. I think that was like $6.99, $7, something like that. All these are under $10 just about, except maybe one or two. Now I'm going to do my lipstick, and what I have chosen for my lipstick is an Ulta lip color. And let's see what color. I've written all this down. It's called Valley Girl, and this is an Ulta lipstick, and I think it was I don't know, $7 or $8. You buy 2, you get 1 free, so I bought 3 of them. But this is a beautiful, like a pinky coral. So pretty. And look how pretty it looks with that lip liner. Oh, yeah. Isn't that gorgeous? So that is your Ulta lipstick, and that was in Valley Girl. Now, I'm pretty well done. Only other thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to take my Maybelline highlighter. I love this thing, and you'll see how much I love it because I'm about out. I love this thing. I use this as highlighter. I use this as a topper on my lipstick, and I'm going to put that on now. I like for the center of my lips to be kind of a shimmer color. But this is a Master Strobing Stick Illuminating Highlighter. And that's how much I have left. But what I do is I just take that and I rub that across my cheeks and down my nose, anywhere I want to highlight, and I just rub that in. And I just love it. And I usually use this as a highlighter on my lips. I just take it and I put it on the center of my lips. Okay? And that's the look for today. And we did that all under, I think just about everything was under $10 except for the banana powder. And it's anywhere from, I've seen it from $10 to $14 on Amazon. But everything else was $10 or less. Voila. You do not have to spend a fortune for your makeup to look good. So I hope this has given you some ideas, some hints. If you have any questions about anything or you would like to leave a comment, I'd love to hear them. I'm going to try to start doing more of these videos in my future. I was on a roll there for a while and I got sidetracked, but I am going to try my best to start doing more of these. So I'd love to have your comments. I'd love to hear what you would like to see, what maybe you'd like for me to talk about. Like I said, I'm not an expert. I just love makeup. And I like anything that has to do with beauty or fashion or any of that stuff. I'm just a girl. I'm just a girl who likes to look like a girl. And I love to feel pretty. And I know you do too. And you do not have to spend a fortune to do so. So we just, we take our hair down. We fluff it up. And we're ready to go. Oh, Lord. Talk about a bad hair day. Anyway. Thank you for joining me right here at my makeup table, and we'll talk about a lot of different things. We'll talk about skincare, we'll talk about growing older, we'll talk about menopause, we'll talk about all the things that we girls go through in life. But I'll have a little chat later talking about my skincare routine and the things that I do and have done for years that have really, really made a difference. I hope you've enjoyed this. I hope you've learned something. And just remember, it's all about looking the way you want to look, getting the look that you want and that you're happy with. Doesn't matter what the makeup artist says, the professional says. Well, they say don't do this and don't do that. Look, if you put it on and you like it, do it. Okay? All right, so from my makeup table to your home, I hope y'all stay safe. Don't be afraid. Don't fear. God is still in control. Y'all have a blessed day, and I hope to see y'all right back here soon. Bye.